We do need to repair a few things, though. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. We'll get those fixed up. We have some work we could do over here. We can go ahead and improve some of the farms for a bit more food and a bit more money. So we will do that. And we also have to appoint a governor to Mead. So we have some nobles. You're currently... No. So you're currently going to be over there. So these are our candidates. The thing is, you are all fighters. You're all fighters, and that's useless. So I don't really know what to do here. I think we're just gonna have to, we're not gonna have a governor on Mead. Not at the moment, anyway. But what we will do is let these guys recover. Because they are rough right now. They are not doing so good. Not doing so good at all. Let's go to the next turn. I'm just glad we managed to take that. That was my goal there. That was 100% my goal, to take Mead's capital, and I genuinely cannot believe we managed to do it in the way that we did. I'm actually quite surprised that that the other faction didn't take it before I did. But it gives us a nice little staging area to plan the rest of our... Well, our plan, I suppose. Attrition is being suffered, really. Why are we suffering attrition in Mead? That seems odd to me, considering that surely we would have supplies. Or maybe we don't. Do we not have supplies in Mead? I feel like we do. Oh, we do. We do have supplies. They're just not... There's not many of them. That's fair enough. So that'll make... People in Mead are actually super happy. They're happy about the buildings. They're happy about the characters. They're happy about the faction. People over here are miserable. But they're really unhappy. And doing that's just going to make them more unhappy. But that would give me money. Or alternatively, that seems like a really good thing to save up for. So let's save up like 5,000 gold, I guess. Although this would also give us a bit more money. And more fame. If a bit less food production. 6 turns, though. Oh, whatever. Let's do it. Alright, so we'll let those guys just sit tight for the time being. They really aren't getting many supplies from the old Mead capital, but I'm not worried about that. I'm not at all worried about that. I believe we may have entered a new time of peace. We may have entered a new time of peace. If this was a civilization game, I'd argue that we've entered a golden age. We're not at war. We have people achieving greater rank, apparently.
Enemy blood will flow.
Salt pans are being constructed. Money's actually pretty good. People over here are still miserable. Actually exceptionally miserable. Could be more miserable, but we're not going to go that far. I think at this point, I mean, let's have a look here. We have some Irish rebels down here. And we have some Irish rebels all the way down there. It's quite tempting to look at that as an opportunity. Because what we could do is send some forces down there to try and take out the rebels and take those territories. But that might annoy some of my allies. Potentially. We can upgrade the farms over here as well. We can actually upgrade this for less food, but more happiness and more garrison. I think we'll go for the farm upgrade for the extra little bit of food there. Food is actually something we're going to need a lot of. It kind of sustains your armies and all that. Now, low loyalty is going to be you. So you are Yeah, so it's Olaf. Olaf has low loyalty. That means that Olaf is likely to try and overthrow the throne, which is incredibly annoying because what that means is that we will literally have no one but the king's brother in line to the throne. Now, what we could do is arrange a marriage. If we had a bit more money, we could arrange a marriage with this woman here who came here from England or wherever it was. I can't remember where exactly she came from. But we could arrange a marriage to someone else and basically, like, she is... No, that doesn't work like that. Oh, that doesn't work like that. You don't... Right. So what I would potentially have to do here is adopt this guy. Yeah, this guy, like, we would potentially have to adopt this guy as the king's son, which would put him in line to the throne. If we don't sort this problem. And I'm worried that we might not be able to sort this problem because I can't help but feel that rebellion is probably very close. And that's an issue because these guys are quite far away. But I feel like a rebellion is brewing. And it's gonna be the prince's son. The future king is currently looking at rebellion. And he is a future king. That's the thing. And it's always when they turn like 16 or 17, they go, I'm gonna rebel. Like, they literally do the rebellious teenage phase, but they go a little too hard on it. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Wow. 3 factions, Viking raids in the south. A windstorm has led to some damaged buildings up here. That's not good. That is fixable, though. So that's fine. We still have low loyalty. Can we secure your loyalty? We can. It's going to cost me 1,000 gold, but there we go. +2 loyalty will at least stop him from considering a rebellion anytime soon. Even if it does stop me from, you know, making the money that I wanted. It is better than nothing. And I'm going to be honest, I'm still sort of eyeing up these rebels. I am still eyeing up these rebels. I'm also sort of eyeing up... Well, I was going to say I was eyeing up these guys here, but I'm realizing that they are... Well, for one, they are close to my borders, but 2, they have a sizable territory. It's still tempting, though, because, I mean, that's not their king, but that's a relatively weak force. You know, we should probably have a look at diplomacy and see what's going on. So, Connacht right now has a fairly sizable territory. They are at war with these guys, who are at war with these guys, who are also at war with these guys. I'm kind of... Who is this? Who are you? Oh, the Scottish. Right. The Scottish are at war with essentially Ulster, who is right on my border. And who is relatively strong. He's strength rating 13. But going into that fight could be interesting. I'm very tempted to go into that fight, though, because they're not very strong.
I hope you'll repay my hospitality with fair words.
They're not very strong, and they are at war with everybody else on the island right now. Alternatively, I mean, there's these guys, strength ranking 17. They're kind of strong. I think we go to war against these guys. So let's see. For one, I want to move my king's forces to there. Because I think they'll get supplies quicker if they're over there. And then eventually, I guess we'll try and just push up towards that territory and see what we can do. We're not going to declare war until we are 100% ready to do so. So basically, our declaration of war is going to be along the lines of, hey, we're on your border, and guess what? Your town is mine. That's going to be our declaration of war. Which, in my opinion, is a fair way to declare your intent. Hello, I'm here to take your stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that seems reasonable. Faction destroyed, fair enough. Let's keep pushing towards our home territory. I think we're going to keep saving up a bit as well. We have got some research to get into. So let's go into defensive tactics. We can get Eastman champions. So yeah, that'll get us some axemen, which will be nice. And I mean, for here, I don't think there's much to upgrade. We need that 5,427. So I guess we continue. Although I'm just looking at this and I'm wondering, have they lost territory? I feel like they owned this a minute ago. I feel like by the time I join that war, there is going to be nothing left for me to take. But I'm also noticing there are some very, very small kingdoms down there. Some very, very small kingdoms down there. We might want to push to the south. I'm opportunistic, what can I say? I'm looking around the island and I'm just seeing who, you know, it's like a chain, right? You want rid of the weakest link in the chain. And in this case, it looks like there's a lot of weak links at the very south of the island. And I'm so tempted to go in there and do everything I can to tear that chain apart. Viking raiders have arrived in the north. Of course, they're up where I was going to go. I feel sorry for these guys getting attacked right now. Nothing they're going to be able to do about it. Let's have you guys go sit there and see how that works out for you. Hopefully going to be a good amount of supplies coming out of that. I'm not really sure what the number of supplies are. Could get it up to like +3. So that is, those in your thrall must know their place and pay tribute. Increase tribute by taking part in battles, demanding payments, and from expeditions. Tribute naturally declines as time passes. Occupation has it on a -36 right now. Battle has it on a 34. Expedition 0. Technology 0. Event 0. Cultural equilibrium -4. Fair enough. When the time is right, an expedition can set sail to further your faction's trade, influence, and territorial designs. Fair enough. And then this is slave trade, which gives a +1 in all regions. We could improve that farm for a few more supplies, but I think we'll hold off still. We'll just hold off, we'll just wait. I need the conflict herd to be a lot stronger before we do anything. We're doing two things. We're saving money and we're strengthening the herd. And we should probably work towards a second army at this point, which I hadn't thought about as much. The only issue is food. Faction destroyed, fair enough. How are you guys doing?
We serve to the end.
You guys are actually doing all right. These guys have like 2 territories. In fact, they might only have 1 left. Let's see here. Yeah, these guys have 1 territory left. They're about to be wiped out. It looks like, I believe that's Ulster. I'm pretty sure that'll be Ulster. So Ulster has pretty much taken these guys out. They aren't strong. They're aggressive. I mean, they have a lot of enemies. What if we were to say that you can be a vassal? Okay, what if you... I want you to pay me. I want your money. And in turn, we will have... Nope. In turn, I will declare friendship. Okay, let's not do this. So you won't give me money. What about military alliance? Nope. What about... I don't know. No. What if you are my vassalized kingdom, and I will offer you maybe 1,000 gold. Sufficient. They would accept that. Too bad. Not my problem. Goodbye. Goodbye to whatever your name is. You are not my problem. These guys, on the other hand, might be. They are very, very close to my borders, and again, still have a pretty sizable army. But I think I'm just gonna stick with my plan. I think we're gonna strengthen the conflict herd. We're gonna take the army to the south, take out the rebels, take out the small groups, and just own that southern territory. And that kind of makes me think that we are going to turn our eye towards Wales as our primary target in, I would say the near future, but I think near future is being incredibly optimistic. I think near future is a very, very optimistic idea. So, whenever we can. You guys are a lot stronger now, though. So let's just move you down to there, at least. And let's upgrade this thing. So that'll make people a little happier. A good bit more money in the market, too. And you guys can just stand there and strengthen, really. Although we could probably make it down here in a few turns. I think we have enough supplies to do it. So we could push on the rebels and take a little bit of territory down here. How many turns are we looking at? One. So 1, 2, 3. That's not bad. No, we can totally do that. We can totally do that. And the good news is we actually have a little bit more money here. We can totally go ahead and improve this for a bit more industry money. There we go. So we'll do that, and we'll let our army just keep on moving. Apparently we are trespassing somewhere. I didn't really think about that. We are going to be annoying our neighbor by doing this. We might need to request military access. Just so that we don't, to put it bluntly, piss them off. Because that's where we're at here. And I don't want to annoy them to the point where it might very well lead to a war. Illegitimate birth. Olaf has an illegitimate daughter. Interesting. How interesting. So Olaf over here has an illegitimate daughter. He is at least loyal. There is that. Let's see here. So can we could arrange a marriage here, right? So we could target, no, we can't really target anyone. We could marry, oh God. We could have Olaf's, well, I guess she married into the family. It's not like she is a direct descendant of Olaf's granddad. But she's technically his aunt. She is also wasteful. So maybe we want to get rid of Un. Or maybe, what about you? So Olaf's cousin, Ivar. I mean, that seems like it would be an idea. We keep her in the family. Sure. I mean, she's a midwife. More, you know, public order when the husband's governing. More chance of children. So there we go. She is, she's technically gonna be queen someday. Sort of. As for you, I mean, I don't know what we do with you. Not really sure where we go with you. You can just stay there for the time being. But I mean, I'm sure Olaf's happy. It is a little awkward that we have the illegitimate daughter, but at least we have, you know, not given him a wife. And she is apparently quite like, I mean, he's had an illegitimate daughter and he's 17. he now has a wife that is extremely likely to, well, I say extremely likely, gives a 20% more greater chance for kids. So that might work out well. That might actually work out well. I'm kind of... Let's see here. Another faction gone. Fair enough. You guys are going to keep pushing... Oh, hello. So they've taken that over. And apparently, the rebels only have that territory now. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. That's very frustrating. Let's try a little bit of diplomacy here. You guys, I need military access.
Speak honest and true.
I need military access. I will offer you a little bit of money. Okay, too bad. I'm in your territory anyway. So you guys are allied with these guys. Are you guys allied with anyone? Those two are allies, but are at war with these smaller factions down here. Are you allied with anyone that's, considerably bigger than me? Not really. I think we get onto your border and we go to war. I think that's what we do. We move our king, get on their border, and attempt to go to war. And we hope for the best. I want that territory. That's where I'm at here. I want that territory. Although we are hurting a little bit. I don't think we're going to have this. You know what? I don't think we have the supplies. I think we got to go back. It sucks, but I think we got to go back. We're not in a position to have this fight. I think we are in a position, though, to look here and say, oh, hello. So this would make people happy, give a bit more money, but 100 less. Okay. More supplies, less food, less money, more food production. Less movement range for enemies. More research. We need a certain technology to get that. I assume community. And we want to get scribes. I think scribes are what we're looking for. So what would this will give us the library. That makes everyone happy. Gives us scribes, makes everyone happy, gives more XP, more money, and more research. Let's go for that. It's going to take 24 turns total, but that's more research rate. That's the scribes, I believe, are what I'm looking for here. Yeah, so scribes will give us more research. But in the meantime, I mean, Olaf, interestingly, is potentially a very good governor. He's a bit boring. But Olaf is legitimately a potential governor for this area. I think we're going to have to do that. I think Olaf is going to have to take on the governor job here. I think he'll be useful to have, which means we are going to have to spend a bit of money to get a good general, but you are a born commander. Archery is important to you. I think we go with a born commander. I think the born commander is where it's at. So you stand there, and you are going to be... I don't know. I don't want to have... so we've got the conflict herd. I don't remember what the other one was. So you are going to be Olaf's... I know it's Olaf R or Olaf... I don't know how to pronounce it. Olaf's... I was going to say Olaf's right hand. But I don't want to call it that because it's the internet and we all have filthy, filthy minds. Olaf's sword? No, now that I've brought up filthy minds, that sounds bad as well. Okay. I don't know, like dagger something, wolves of the, I don't know, wolves of Dublin, or DYF Dublin, the wolves of Dublin, even though they're technically formed in Mead. So let's see here. We have 122 food. What can we do? Well, for one, we can have a bit of melee cavalry. We can have some bow infantry. So we'll get a bit of bow infantry. We can get some axemen. Get a few more axemen. That's quite expensive and 60 food already. And we have regular spear infantry as well. But that'll do for the time being. So there we go, the Wolves of Dublin. It's going to cost us a bit, but that's alright. We have some upgrades going through over here. That'll start making us a bit more money at some point. I do really want to get towards more fighting, though. I really want to get us to a point where we can kind of just dominate any battle we go into. Because what I've noticed from the... I don't want to say I've played a lot of this, but from what I have played of this, I've noticed that it seems like there's good potential later in the game to have so many units that you literally reinforce all of your battles. So, what is this? The Welsh Rebellion. Well, that is interesting. That is interesting. Let's have a little look at diplomacy, because I do believe you guys are going to be rebels, correct? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm trying to figure out. So you guys are... Have you rebelled against Wales? Are you new here? I just need to figure this out. Where has this rebellion come from? Give me one moment. So let me have a quick look. Event messages. Faction encountered. So we've encountered these guys. Who are you? Interesting. So Welsh Rebellion. So who are we looking at here? We're looking at these guys. So these guys that look sort of like they've got like that kind of snake thing. Okay. So that is their leader. All right, let's open diplomacy. Let's head down there, and I wanna chat. You're actually relatively strong. You won't have military access. I'm happy to declare friendship with you, though. Because here's what I'm thinking. We are at some point going to target Wales. And you're not the enemy of anyone that's near me. You're the enemy of pretty much everyone in southern England, but you're not the enemy of me.
Your offer is
so I will declare friendship. And we could go for a defensive pact, maybe not. Vassalized kingdom. I will offer you military access. I will also offer you payment. I will offer you 800 gold. And no military... No? Okay. Very well. I guess they did just rebel against Wales, so they are going to very much be like, you know what? I think we're good. I don't think we want to do this. That's I mean, it's fair enough. It kind of makes sense. It does kind of make sense. So we'll let them sort of do their thing. You guys are actually ready to be upgraded. Can we upgrade all of you? We totally can. Well, that's a beautiful thing. You guys over here don't have any upgrades ready. I would really like more melee cavalry, but we can't afford it. Or I would like some melee cavalry, but we can't afford it. So let's just go to the next turn. The thing is, our research will do us favors, because eventually we're going to be able to speed up the research speed itself. And eventually that's going to lead to some good things. It is just, it's a waiting game right now. It is very much a waiting game right now. And a bit of a political game as well. Interesting, I've just spotted something. I've just spotted some Irish rebels who are about to lose their territory because they decided to stop defending it. That's frustrating. Let's see here. You want the office of Chamberlain? Sure. You guys can't approach this right now. Where did those rebels go? I assume dead.